Well, first thing I always consider is GCF. So is there a number that goes into 6, 25, and 25 evenly? Not other than 1, but these are all negative. So -1 is a GCF. So I guess technically you don't have to factor it out to the end, but it's better to factor it out at the start. Plus, less negative things makes it easier to work with. So I would try guess and check, and then assuming I don't get that, my backup plan would be the product sum method. So product, what is A times C? You see 25 times 4 is 100, so 25 times 6 would be 150. So I need two numbers that multiply to this, but add up to 25. So if I can't think of that number right away, I honestly just start making a list. 1 times 150, 2 times 75, 3 times 50, I'm getting closer, 4, I don't know if that one goes into it evenly, 6 times 25, I guess before that would be 5, 5 times 30, does 4 go into 150? 2 would be 75, so I guess not evenly. 6 would go into it 25 times. 7 doesn't go into it evenly. 8 doesn't go into it evenly. 9 doesn't go into it evenly. 10 does. 10 and 15. Okay, so I could have maybe done that without a list if I had done a little more work in my head, but sometimes I just like to just make the list because I can just stumble upon it. These add up to the correct thing and multiply to the correct thing. So as long as I use these two numbers to split up B, factor by grouping will work great. So leave A alone, leave C alone, but instead of saying plus 25A, use these two numbers, plus 10A plus 15A, or plus 15A plus 10A. Doesn't even matter which order you put them in. Now, when I group these two and pull out a GCF, and I group those two and pull out a GCF, I know in this factor by grouping process, these binomials have to be the same, so that's a good sign. If those are different, then I would know that I need to slow down and try to find my mistake. So if I factor this out, because they both have that, so I'm undistributing here. This times this is supposed to give me this, so it needs a 2A. And this distributed to this needs to give me this, so it needs a positive 5. And notice that negative that I factored out from the beginning just stayed along for the ride. Don't make sure that you keep it in each step. Don't just hope that you have it in the end. And so then that's what I would get. Is there anything more specific there? No. Did you have a trouble finding this pair of numbers?
I think it was, yeah, that, and I didn't know what to do with the negative first.
Oh, okay, yeah. Especially if they have all three, I would factor out a negative. Technically, with negatives, like even if just the first term's negative, you can choose to factor it out, which changes the other signs as well. But I don't know, most people, and myself included, I really don't like this first term to be negative, so I would always factor it out, even if all three terms didn't have a negative.